Hey guys, Ramblin Bob here again. I got a new product that I just bought. It's FIDECO. It's called FIDECO. I don't really know the name of how to say it, but I bought it on Amazon, guys, and it's basically a cloner, an offline cloner. So it's just plugged in the wall here through a little power cord. And I just literally put it in there like maybe a couple minutes ago, and I tried to start the camera, and by the time the camera started, this is already at 75%, as you can see. Let me see if I can get that on there. See, 75%. So what this does is you can either use this as a docking bay for two M.2 chips. Okay, we call them gum sticks, and basically because they're about the size of a gum stick. And this one has an operating system on there, guys. This has Windows 10 in my Alienware R5, and I'm going to try and see if that one will clone. See, look at it, it's almost 100% ready, guys. And then when that's done flashing, it'll be done. But that was man, that was lickety split. I can't believe how fast that was, guys. I was expecting maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes. It has been going, I can't say more than 5 minutes. As you can see, it went from 50 to 75, almost to 100 that quick. So hopefully you can see that light flashing there. Okay, so basically you take the installation of your laptop. In my instance, this is an Alienware R5, and I want to clone from a 256 gig M.2 to a 2 terabyte. So that would be 8 times the size, because I like video games, and obviously when you play video games you need like all the space you can get in the world, because you eat up your hard drive so fast, guys. I normally have them in these things. These are little tiny, see, I put media on there, that's all my video games. So this is like a little expansion bay, no tools required, so you just pop an M.2 in there, and then you put the sleeve on, which is aluminum, and then you click the bottom like that and you're done. And then use USB-C. So very, very simple. Okay, guys, look at that. It's done. It is 100% done now, guys. Look at that. So I have 2 white lights, which means both drives show up on the little dock. You can also run this USB to your computer and use it as a docking bay. But I emptied this one out because I want to use that as the operating system for the Alienware R5. Okay, so Alienware 17 R5, this is different because they have Alienware 15 and 17. This is a 17-inch screen. Okay, so guys, it's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to put this one in, or actually I'm going to show you putting this one in there. So the original one is this one, see the green one? And the new one is black. So this is a silicon power, not a very expensive brand. I'll link it down there, but it works great, guys. And the speed of these things are so fast. I think this is like anywhere between, man, I don't want to say like 2,000 and 3,000 megabytes per second transfer when you do like a 1 gig file. I'll also do that, and we can see what the test is on that. But this one was about 3,000, and I think this is a PM. Boy, I can't remember. I can't even read the name, guys. This isn't just an old one that was original. Let me see if I can read the name real quick. Give me 1 second here. PM 981. So this is a PM 981, and then this is a 2 terabyte silicon. I think it's silicon. Yeah, silicon power. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off now because it's done cloning, and that was lickety split. Okay, I'm going to pause the video right here, and I'm going to leave this here so you can see that I'm not going to change anything. I have to redo the screen so it's bigger so you can see more. Okay, give me a second. Okay, there, so it's bigger now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is let's take my mouse. Is my mouse working? My mouse is not working. Let me take this screen. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move this stuff out of the way a little bit here. And we're going to try to put this up on the desktop here. I have a small little cell phone that I use now. I used to use a GoPro, guys, but the cell phones, the cell phones they're making now, guys, crazy good quality for the cameras and everything. Eventually I'll get some real nice recording stuff, but for now this is all I have, so bear with me. Okay, so this is the internals. Let me get the dust out of my fan grill here. Just blow that out. And then this is the inside of an Alienware R5. So this is a pretty meaty little laptop. And notice I have an 850R Pro, and I just have that kind of sitting in here because I lost the little bracket. It's in here somewhere, I don't know, but the nice thing is SSDs, they can bounce around without getting hurt. Do I recommend that? No, but my laptop doesn't leave the room. It's a desktop replacement. Okay, so what we have here is, remember, this is the original drive of the operating system Windows 10. So I'm going to place that, let's place it over here so it's still on camera here. Okay, put that right over there. And then now this, I just literally cloned this. You guys watched it in real time. That was super fast. I think it was about 37 gigs I had on here. Just operating system, that's it. And then I would install the games, and then I would transfer them to this drive when I play them, and then transfer them to this drive when I store them. So that way you can have a lot more games installed without using up so much space. You just take the install folder and you put it on a secondary drive, and then when you want to play it, you just drag it back. So this is a 2 terabyte now, so the reason I wanted to do this is so I didn't have to keep dragging those folders back and forth. So this goes right, I have 5 slots. I have a mini right here, which is a very small version of a PCIe, which is basically a PC Express, I believe, M.2, except there's a shorter one. They do come in different sizes, guys. So just to give you an idea, this is a shorter version of the same thing. Notice that this is, I believe it's a 2280, and then this is like a 2260, I believe. And then they make a 2240, and then so forth. They make 4 different sizes. You can almost see, like that would be the shortest one, that would be a halfie, that's a 3/4, and then that's a full gum stick, if you will. And then they have these little, see, it's a little 120, but you can't really do anything with that. And then if you do use it in this laptop, notice that there is no screw place for a shorter one, so it has to be a 2280 only, unless you have you have to figure out another way to mount it in there, except you can use that one. I think that is a 2240. I think that's a model number for it, which is half a gum stick. So I have this one for now. This will be 2 terabytes, and then I'm going to install it just by poking it in here like this. It's very simple. And then you got to find this thing, guys. Can you even see that? I'll tell you what, my old eyeballs, that is a screw. So don't lose these. If you take these out, guys, do not lose them. Holy crapzilla. You will be in a bad way. So you push this down a little bit, and you try to get that in that hole without losing it. And I got it. Holy crapzilla. Okay, so that was a pain in the butt. That's how quick you can change a hard drive. But remember, if you don't have a way to clone the operating system, the laptop will not turn on. So not much point of changing the operating system if the operating system is not on there, because obviously your Windows will not load. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to put this back on here. And then, like I said, this is an Alienware R5. It's one of my favorite laptops for video games, and I'm looking to get another new one. Hopefully, I don't know, hopefully this year, next year. It all depends. Let's see, I'll just put 1 screw in there for now, and that's to keep the bottom safe. There's little pressure tabs along the side, so it's fine, but it usually holds all of these guys. So just in case if I have to get in there, this is the first time I've ever used this product, so just in case I have to get in there. Remember, we have the original operating system here on a 256, which is way too small for me, guys, and I should have had a bigger one years ago, but you kind of, you get around to it when you get around to it. Okay, so let's do this here. Okay, and then let me, I'll turn this on and I'll put it down. Okay, I gotta switch my screen over here, guys. Give me 1 second. Just takes a second to switch the screen over. I have so much stuff running at all the time. Okay, so you get that one, and then this one, and then we got big screen. Okay, and the quality is terrible. Okay, so we'll open this up here. Okay, now notice the Alienware is loading. Okay, yeah, all right, so I have that screen, and then I had to adjust the screen in the back there. All right, so we got lots going on my table here, and then while we're waiting for that, now remember, this might do a little boot up when you first do this, because remember, you just swapped the operating system from one drive to another, so Windows is probably like, hey, what's up, something changed. So let's see what it does in real time. If it doesn't work, then you're seeing it in real time. But this had pretty darn good reviews for this little guy, so I definitely wanted to get it. So there we go. Hopefully I won't have to go into the BIOS. If I do, then we'll see it in real time. This is it while we're waiting here, guys. So you put your main drive here, and then you put the drive that you want to go to. Now, it has to be the exact same style drive. So if this is SATA, it has to go to SATA. If it's NVMe, it has to be NVMe. The fans are really kicking, so I don't know what it's doing here. Let's see what it's doing. Oh, there it goes. See it? You see the little bar? Okay, so it's doing something. So that's probably Windows setup. So let's let it do what it does. Remember, when you change a hardware on Windows 10, it doesn't like you. So sometimes you get that activate Windows here real quick, and you just go online and it activates it real quick. If you change something as small as a hard drive, sometimes even the RAM, that was a big problem with Windows 10. I hated it. But let's let it do what it does in real time. Lots of dust in this workshop today here, guys. But like I said, this is one of my favorite laptops for gaming here. I do like gaming on it. Far Cry 5, GTA 3, or I'm sorry, GTA 3, GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto 5 for those of you who don't know what that is. But simple little thing. Okay, see here, it says checking media presence. So that means it's obviously checking the drives. Media means drives, hard drives, SSDs, M.2s. And then here you go. Okay, it's flashing, so it's checking. And it probably does a Windows checkup. So we'll see it in real time. I'm not speeding up any of this. But while that's, oh, there we go. Okay, so obviously it flashed the BIOS, and then it's probably going to reset and then reload. Let's see what it does. Or it won't. Who knows? This is the first time using it, guys. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Maybe I got to hit the button again. Okay, I think I got to hit the button again. All right, so we're turning on again. Ooh, I got nothing, guys. All right, let me... Oh, I unplugged the darn thing, guys. I think the battery died. Holy crap, Zilla. Yep. So, right, okay, sorry. Right when it was going to reset, when I moved this laptop, I must have pulled the little thing out the back. Okay, so hopefully it didn't screw something up. Don't do that, guys. Make sure your laptop is plugged in. Remember, I flipped it over, the fans kicked on, and this battery, guys, is this graphic card and CPU in here is a monster, and it will completely swallow a whole battery in minutes now. Okay, so here's Alienware. Let's hope that didn't do anything bad. Let's see. Cross the fingers. We're seeing it, like I said, in real time. Don't do that, guys. Don't start up a laptop without it plugged in. That was my mistake, obviously. So we'll see it in real time. Let's see. Maybe it has to do that sequence again. We'll watch it in real time. And then we'll watch this while, or look at this while it's still doing. Now, it might have to do that whole BIOS up check again. So basically, you put your, there it goes, Alienware. So you put your main drive in here, and then your backup. Now, it has to be the same size or bigger. That's the catch. If you have a 256, you have to clone it to a 256 or bigger, okay? I'm going from there you go. So this happens once in a while with this laptop. This is not the media's fault. This is actually a fault of my screen. So I was having trouble with the connector of my screen. So give me a second, and I can fix it. I forgot. Okay, see, so this is a 4K screen, and I have it set for 1080. So as you saw, it only did that, and that's actually a 1080 screen of what, 480 is 4 times the screen. So let's hit the button again, and then we close this. This is how I fix this. This is another issue I have to deal with this laptop with is the actual configuration of the video card, because I'll run it on this screen. Sometimes it gets confused. Because I didn't have the HDMI plugged in, it assumed that it was looking for that. And when I swapped the hard drive, of course, it was looking for this screen. So now it should be started. And there you go. So obviously it fixed it. So that's not a problem of the actual stick. But now remember, this was the original operating system in there. And then there you go. There's my drives. And it looked at and found both of them. I'll put this here. All right, I don't know. I'll put it over here, guys. I don't want it to get wrecked because this is a very important drive now. Okay, so awesome. It worked. Okay, this is the first time I've ever actually cloned an M.2. Okay, so we're going to bring the mouse online. Here we got the mouse, and notice that we have Windows 10, and I can't obviously show you the the operating number and everything like that. But those of you who know is operating system 10. So if you go in this PC. you have a very big window. Boy, that opened large. Okay, let's shrink that down to here. And then you have your hard drive, which is a 237. Now remember, it says 237, but let me show you that you have to finish the installation. And a lot of people forget this part. Remember, this was a 256. So when it cloned this, notice it says 255 here. So when it cloned this, it made it 256 because that's what it thought it was. So all you have to do is take, let's see, I have to remember how to do this here. You got to go to here. You got to go to control panel. Let me find control panel here. Let's see here. Those are my games here. Control panel. And like I said, you're watching this in real time. So I'm literally learning this as I go. Okay, and then you have to go to administrative tools. Okay, and then you have to go to computer management. So now once that opens, you can get rid of all these other ones. This is the nuts and bolts of your computer. This tells you what your drives are. And notice that 1.7 gigabytes is unallocated. You see that? So what happens is, remember, this drive for an operating system, which is disk number number 1 online, here's your recovery, here's your healthy reserve, and then here's your operating system. This is your boot drive. That's what this was. So that's up to here. The rest of this is actually not there, but it's there. So what you have to do is you have to extend the volume. So what you do is you go like this and you extend, see this, extend volume, okay? And then you click next. And then if you leave it how it is, it's going to extend it to whatever is empty, which is disk 1, 1.7 basically terabytes. So you just go like this. Let me see here. And then you hit finish. And then now notice that this will now be, after you refresh this, it says 1.86. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see that here. See how it says 1.86? And notice that that little blue bar right here shrunk really, really low. So I can show you this way. I only have one camera, guys, so I apologize. Now notice that this drive says 2,000 bits, which is 1.86 terabytes, which is a 2 terabyte drive. Okay, so now we have a 2 terabyte drive, but remember, you have to extend that volume. If you don't extend, and you want to extend C, C is your operating one. See how it has a little flag right there? That's the Windows logo. And then these are the games that are installed that I save. So those are there for when I want to play them. But notice on this drive, this thing is humongo. So let's see, let's look here. Let me see if I can find another way to see. Okay, so like I said, it worked. This is fantastic. I didn't get the activate windows, so that's awesome. Sometimes the activate windows will pop up later though, because Windows is weird like that, and it'll remind you next week. Very simple. All you have to do is put the laptop online, and then it'll activate itself basically. Once your code for your Windows is in there, remember, you're only changing the drive, not the actual operating system that you bought. You're just cloning it to the same version, only bigger. But now, like I said, with the help of this little guy, this is worth its weight in gold, I'm telling you. This costed me, I think it was 75 bucks, I think, it's like $72.99 plus tax. I don't know what it goes for today, but I'll link it, and I'll also link these things if you want to check these out. This is a very cool thing. So now I don't have my media anymore, because what this will be is this will be my storage for my 256 original drive. Now what you can do with this is, now this is a tool free. Watch, you just poke it in there, and then you put it in there like that, and look at, it's a rubber little thing right here, and you're done. That's it. It's installed. And then you basically put the little locks down here. It only goes one way. You can see the little hooks on it. I don't know if you can see that. And you put it in there like that, and the hooks go away from you. And there you go. So now you have a drive. So basically, you take this and you plug this in here. Now, this might work and it might not, because remember, there's an operating system on there, so I don't want to confuse it. Let's see if I was going to get to the performance here, and then I was going to show you the drives here. Okay, so let me install this here, and maybe this will pop up too. And if it doesn't show up, Windows 10 might be nicer, but I know Windows 7 had a problem. Oh, look at that. See, another disk popped up. So it says disk, disk, disk. So that means It's not going to show up here because obviously there's an operating system. Like I said, if that shows up, it's going to confuse the system. But when you go in here, notice that there's now 3 of those. See, there's this one, there's this one, and then notice that this one is a backup. That's this one. That's the 256. Notice how it disappeared? So now you can read that and use that as a backup in case your hard drive crashes or something. You have a legit backup that you could just put right back in the machine, power it up, and you're done. That is, it's worth its weight in absolute gold, guys. No jokes. Okay, so now that we have 2, which is my backup, there's 1 terabyte backup, and now there's a 2 terabyte operating system. I do recommend highly, if you're going to use M.2, which are these little gum sticks, guys. Like, see, I have this one here. This is a backup of another laptop that I have. This is a Lenovo Carbon X1 Gen 7 Windows 10, and this was the original one that came with the laptop, and I wanted to put a much bigger one in that one, but I cloned it to a traditional hard drive, which is not a traditional, but one like this, guys. Like this. And these come very large. You see this? This is an 8 terabyte hard drive. This is a monster hard drive. So I went from a 256 on a laptop to like 8 terabytes. That is a monster upgrade, guys. Like, no jokes. I think the 16 terabyte drives are the biggest that they sell right now, but very expensive, guys. They're like, oh my gosh, they're like almost $2,000. So very expensive. And M.2, I think the biggest one out there in the market right now is about an 8 terabyte, and those are, I want to get my hands on some. The Samsung 990, which are their flagship one. Read speeds are absolutely mental. They're like 7,000 to 9,000 megabytes per second, which that is insane, guys. That's absolutely insane. Okay, so let's check the disk here. So notice that this one, I don't know if you can read this here. Let me try to make it a little bit smaller. I don't know if bigger or smaller works. It says Samsung SSD 850 Pro 1 terabyte. That's the one that I used to put all the backup stuff on. So I would install it on the main one, and then I take that install folder and just drag it to my backup. See how it says installed? And then when I want to play the game, I would take it and put it back on the main hard drive in a folder that I called 2. And that'll be where the games would be stored. So when you install a game or a program, if you want to do this, I don't recommend this for programs, but I recommend it highly with games, because games, like, just to give you an idea, my Grand Theft Auto 5 is 105 gigabytes. 105 gigabytes. I have to repeat that one more time. 105 gigabytes for one flipping video game. Guys, the market and the games have certainly changed since I was a kid and we were playing Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and Miss Pac-Man and Pong and Defender and all those other ones. I mean, holy crapzilla. And then if you look at disk number 1, which is actually the main operating system. So if we go over here, this is disk number 1. It labels them in order of what, there's 4 bays on there. There's 4. So you have a traditional SSD here, right under here, and then you have the one that I pulled out here, that's bay 1, and then there's 2 and there's 3. So that way you can have up to, holy crap, so you got 32 terabytes of hard drive in this laptop. As of today, you could have that much. I'm not paying that much, but you could. Holy crapzilla, that costs more than the laptop. But when you look at that and you click that one, notice how it says NVMe SPCC M.2 PCIe-SS. What that stands for is silicon power, okay? And then NVMe, that's the connection, and then M.2 is that gumstick size like this one. So that's basically what they look like. They look basically like, well, you saw them already, guys. They look like a gumstick. That's why we always call them a gumstick. They're so skinny, guys. And here, watch how quick this is again. So you can take this out of here like that. That's how quick. No tools for this thing. This is a monster awesome thing. Look at how skinny that is, guys. That literally will disappear if you turn it. That's why they call it gumsticks. That's why we always call them gumsticks. And then you could just pop it right in here. Now, I would normally erase this and use it for, something else, another laptop or, storage or whatever. But like I said, I'm going to leave this on here because now for not much money at all, because at 256, guys, you can get that for 20, 30 bucks now. You have a 100% clone of your laptop or your desktop if you're running M.2s on your desktop for the price of pennies, guys. This is a 100% fully operational Windows 10 install for only this laptop. You can't put it on another laptop because it has the serial number and the registration number for this laptop. But think of that. If this laptop were to crash and die on me, then I could just open this, pop this in there, clone it again to another big hard drive or even bigger hard drive, and now I'm back in business. So you want to keep these, guys. That is a monster thing. So I basically just cloned my operating system in that short a time with this little guy. This is a monster cool tool. First time I've ever used it. When I cloned this one, like I said, I cloned it to a traditional hard drive, which is a 2.5 inch SSD. Let's see what else I was going to show you. I was going to show you, let's see, programs, and then I have this thing, Crystal Disk and Crystal Disk. These are free softwares, guys. They're worth every penny because obviously they're free. Let me get rid of some stuff here, guys. We got so much going on the screen here. Okay, like I said, this is a 4K screen, and I only use it in 1080 because I couldn't see these icons or pictures for the life of me if I made them that small. So notice that this is Samsung 850. Good. This is basically a tester. It lets you know I wrote 25 terabytes to this drive. I powered it on 1,056 times. Powered on power on count 1,056 times. I played games, and then it's been on for 30,000 hours. Okay, I apologize. I am a gameaholic. Sorry. And then here's the other drive here, guys, which is the operating system that I just installed. Notice it says 2,048 gigabytes, which is 2 terabytes. That's why that little blue line literally disappeared. You could barely see that, guys. Holy crap. Holy crapzilla. That literally disappeared. Notice it's running at 35 degrees Celsius, which is like 70, 75 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe. 100% good on both drives. Notice they're both. And then this would tell you if you have any errors. This has only been on for 169 times, and then it's been powered on for 231 hours. So that's equivalent to 9 days, 15 hours. So that was a very, very new drive that I had in there that I was using explicitly for backup media, for games installs and that, because this one, as you can see, it runneth over. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a full, this is a 1 gig test now, and we're going to do it on the 2 terabyte. Okay, and then we're going to let this go in real time. You guys can watch as I ramble in the background, and I look at this way, because, guys, this is a cool tool. Very, very cool tool. And look at how small it is, guys. You know the power pack that it came with, guys? Look at that, 3,000 read. Holy crapzilla. That's the read for that drive I just installed. Look at that. The power pack literally is bigger than the actual cloning drive. That is huge. And then, so I could take this, now that I don't need that anymore. I got almost 2,300 on the secondary. There will be 4 levels of read and 4 levels of write. So we'll watch them. And then I'm going to wind this up because I don't need this anymore now for now. So I'll use this basically as a, see, 500. Now, as this goes down, obviously this is going to drop because these are 1 gig files, and then it starts to shrink. And that shows you how quick it is with smaller files. That's what this program is testing. So look at that, guys. This darn power pack is bigger than this whole thing. How crazy is that, guys? Holy crapzilla. All right, let's see here. Okay, so 65, that's not too bad. Now remember, these are very, very small files. So if you were transferring a bunch of like big files, 1 gig files, you could transfer 3 gigs per second. That's how fast it is, guys. That is a crazy amount of speed. And remember, the 990s from Samsung, up to like 9,000. Now here's my write speed. Notice my write speed is monster 2. That's a big upgrade. Coming from this one, I think this one was, I think it was like 2,500, or it could have been up to 3,002, but I don't remember the exact numbers. It's between 2,000 and 3,000, I know for sure. But that'll definitely get your gaming done. Absolutely. Basically, the quicker these, the bigger these numbers are, the faster you can sort and write and copy stuff or read stuff. This is the read side and this is the write side. So notice that the write side is actually faster than the read side. That's usually backwards. Notice that this is actually bigger. So when the files are a certain size, they were actually faster writing them than reading them. But guys, these are astronomical numbers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here, okay, and I'm going to show you. Remember, that's this drive right here. So that's the, I can't copy this. So this is the M.2, okay, and that's a 2 terabyte, and that is a silicon power, okay? So that's what I bought. And then I'm going to open another one of those, which is Crystal Mark, okay? Now this will go to the other drive. I can switch it. See this to the 954 gigabytes? That's the 1 terabyte, which is actually this one, the Samsung. Just to give you an idea of the speed. Now remember, this is a Pro. A Pro is very, very fast. And this is an 850 Pro. So that Pro line is the top of the line for Samsung, except they have 860, 870. I think they have 880. And then 950. And then it goes up to like 990. So this is about almost anywhere between 5 and 10 generations back. I don't have all the levels, but I'm going to do the same thing, okay? So in real time, you're going to watch that one just to show you how fast these M.2s are compared to a traditional drive. Now, while it's doing that in real time, give me 1 second. And I'm going to show you. Okay, so see the difference here? Remember, that's a Pro, but that's one of these. These are also quick removable here. See that? This is an 8 terabyte drive, but these are QBO. These are very slow. They get about that, 500, which is nice because this is a backup drive. I don't recommend you installing an operating system on one like this. Otherwise, you will be sad because this number affects the operating system, the lower one. But look at that, guys. It worked, right? It worked. It worked in real time. And not only did it work in real time, but it worked for the first time because, like I said, I have never used this product before. By the time I assumed it would take longer than that, but as you put the main one here, you put the one you want to clone to here, and then you hold this down for like 5 seconds, and this will start flashing, and then you just leave it and you plug it in the wall. You're done. I mean, that's how quick it was, guys. Years ago, it used to take me an hour to clone or back up an operating system on a laptop. Now notice that this one has twice the speed on a smaller file and almost twice the speed on a bigger file. And what is that? Oh my gosh, that's almost 5 times the speed on a bigger file and 6 times the speed on a 1 gig file. Now look at the write times, guys. See the difference? And remember, this is a Pro drive. These are nice drives. I'll show you exactly the drive that I have for that one. Give me 1 second. Just gotta find one, guys. Give me a second here. I think. Yeah, okay, so here's one. So this is the actual drive. Oh, cover fell off here. Hold on. I got it in a little sleevey thing here. Okay, so this is the actual drive that's in there, a 1 terabyte Samsung S850 Pro. These are very nice drives, except I'd recommend getting the newer versions, guys. But this is the exact drive that's in there because I have a handful of these. And look at that, guys. So if I was going operating system of this one, which is this one here, if I were to go from operating system of this, the operating system just got mega faster just by installing that. And now I have two terabytes. And then what I'll do is I'll do a scan disk. Let's see if it'll allow me to do. Sometimes it will, and sometimes it will not, depending if you're using the operating system live. So let's check disk, scan drive. Let's see. It said I don't need to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. And you can see how fast that'll scan that drive. Okay. And there you go. Look at that. Your drive was successfully scanned. And then you could show the details. And the details are going to be, oh, it's probably going to go in depth, guys. Okay, so if you don't understand all that, so basically it says there was no, 0 bad file records processed, verification completed, and basically it does a check disk. Everything came good, clear log, so then you could throw that away, and then that away, and then you could throw that away. So there you go. So you saw it in real time, guys. No jokes, 100% unedited video of me cloning my first time ever, right out of the box with this thing. I think it's FIDECO. I don't know. I'll put a link for Amazon down in the description, guys. I'll also put a link to one of these guys. These are really, really nice too. And if you also want something like something like this, if you have these kind of drives, you can literally just go like this and there. Like, that's how fast. These are toolless, guys. You don't need a single tool. You basically have just a little converter board in there. You pop the board in here like this, you push it down, you snug it in there, and then you slide this on the little rails like that, and then you click it and you're done. That's it. And now you have a mobile where it uses the micro B. So basically you put a micro B cable in there like this, and then you plug this in, whether it's USB-C or A, and you're done. So I'll put a link for all three of these in the description, guys. I highly recommend all these products. Samsung drives, I'll put a link in for Samsung drives, best on the market from me. I like them, but Silicon Power is very, very cheap. So check them out too. I'll put a link for this thing. This is a monster tool. If you're a computer techie, these two items right here will save you tons of time. If someone brought over a hard drive and they had nowhere to hook it up, right? And they took, or you could take it out of their laptop, you can diagnose this drive through your computer. So that, and that. So we have this thing, we have this thing, we have this thing. This awesome product, guys. Awesome. It did come with this too. So this is basically USB-C to USB-A. That's USB-A 3. This is called a USB-A port, just in case if you don't know. Some people don't. They just call it USB, but that's USB-A, and that's a C. And then this was a micro. So this cable is actually what a micro looks like. It's a little weird looking, okay? And then you have micro, and then you have, that's micro B. Then you have micro, and then you have mini. So this one has a little adapter where you can go like this. And see, now you got USB to USB. So, guys, all right, you witnessed it in real time, man. I cloned this hard drive it probably took, in reality, this video could have been 5 minutes long, but I like to ramble. I love to talk to you guys. I like to show you technology because I love technology. I love it, love it, love it. That's why we started this channel, to help people learn about it. And if this betters your life, man, that's a plus. That's a plus. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Ramble on, be safe, and I'll definitely see you guys here again on Ramblin Bob Reviews. Bye, guys.